Welcome to 100 Yards of Football this morning. Today, we're going to have our NFL team preview. It's the Los Angeles Rams 2021. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. So let me get to the 2021 LA Rams. When you think of the Rams, you think Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. The City of Angels. Bob Waterfield. Eric Dickerson. It's something special about playing out there. John Robinson is the head coach. Vince Ferranago. Oh, my man. Jack Youngblood. Fred Dreyer. Something about playing with the Rams, man, is special. With the 2021 LA Rams, with them, according to head coach Sean McVay, it's all about the Super Bowl. Now, the biggest question I have before I break down the Rams 2021, I'm going to start with the offensive side of the ball. I was surprised to see them eliminate and trade Jared Goff. 2016, number one pick overall. That was Sean McVay's guy. And he's a guy who got you to the Super Bowl. Remember what I'm saying, got you to the Super Bowl. It's a lot of quarterbacks right now in the National Football League are not even sniffing the Super Bowl. But for him to break that marriage from that organization seemed kind of weird to me. But now, Sean McVay is putting everything on the line. His career, his good looks, local guy out of Atlanta, Georgia, Marist High School. He's going with a go Dogs, University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford. I'm not going to take anything away from Matthew Stafford. I think he's an excellent football player. I think he's played 12 good years in the league, 45,000 yards, 282 touchdowns. But the thing that sticks out to me, when you play this game, it's all about championships. It's all about getting to the Super Bowl. Now, I know Mr. Stafford played with the Detroit Lions. That's an organization that's been up and down. But when I look at it, he had one of the most premier receivers in the game for some years, Calvin Johnson. And in the 12-year period, when people talk about Matthew Stafford, I'm just listening because I got a lot of Lions fans as my friends. The first thing they always tell me, he only got to the playoffs 3 times. And he's never won a postseason game. But think about it. He's going to L.A., and he's going to a place replacing a quarterback that got a team to the Super Bowl. So Sean McVay and Les Snead, to me, y'all put everything and putting all your marbles on Matthew Stafford. Let's talk about the Rams offense. I'm going to talk about the running back position. Cam Akers, out of the state of Mississippi. I've always told y'all some in the water in Mississippi. Had a great career at Florida State. Last year, 652 yards, 5 touchdowns. I love the young man. Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones, Walter Payton, Shepard Smith, all out of the state of Mississippi. He's going to be special in his second year. Then think about this. You know why Cam Akers is going to be special? He's got everything you want in running back. Explosion, speed, ability to make plays happen. He's got what I call that thing going up in the hole and exploding. Because he comes from legacy, Florida State, William Floyd, Sammy Smith, Dexter Carter, Ward Dunn. And now you got the young man in Minnesota that's balling, Davin Cook. It's something he got to prove out there. He's Florida State loyalty. Then the guy that's backing him up, who's going to be an excellent football player as he moves in the system, Darrell Henderson. Had over 600 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the season last year. Where he from? The 901, Memphis, Tennessee. And I know he can play because I followed him in college at the University of Memphis. Then let's go to the receiving position. To me, the strength of the football team, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think Cooper Kupp coming out of Eastern Washington was going to be that good. He got my respect. He's a player and a warrior. Warriors come out to play. Robert Woods. When he was in Buffalo, I thought he was an all right player. But, man, he's gotten out to L.A. with the Rams and that system. He's ascending. Hometown guy. I'm saying very good. Then they go out and they sign a 4x100 guy, Deshaun Jackson. And to me, he still got some of that game to him. And he's back home in front of his hometown people. And think about this. In his best years in the league, when Deshaun Jackson played with the Washington Redskins, he had one of his best seasons. Guess who was on the offensive side of the ball? It was Sean McVay. Then they went in the draft and got one of the fastest players in the draft. I know a lot of people's talking about Jamar Chase as being the top receiver in 2021 draft, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. But if we remember this name, Tutu Atwell, Louisville. I know it's a basketball school, but he made it a football school because he's explosive. And then another guy who I think is going to benefit the most of them all. He's Sean Jefferson, baby son. Played at Ole Miss. Had a good career at Florida. Von Jefferson is finna ascend now with all this talent on the offensive side of the ball. And then the tight end, Tyler Higbee, is a very special football player. Now the offensive line. There are some question marks, but when you still got Andrew Whitworth at 40 years old, I call him the Tom Brady offensive line, he's still playing at a high level. Then Brian Allen, even though he missed last year, he's going to be the center. He's a very special football player out of Michigan State. And listen to this name, who I think is going to be very special. He didn't play last year out of Middle Tennessee State. Chandler Brewer is going to be a very special football player with the Los Angeles Rams on the offensive side of the ball. Now let's talk about the defense. The number one ranked defense, by the way, last year. Got a new defensive coordinator. I should know him. He was the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons for a short time, intimate coach. My man Raheem Morris is taking over a machine. I'm going to start with the D-line. Even though the Lions lost Mr. Michael Brockers, they had to trade him to Detroit. Man, Aaron Donald. And I'm going to say this on 100 yards football. I did not see this coming when he came into the league. And, man, one thing I admire about the man, the words are unsaid about him. He might be the best defensive tackle I've ever seen ever in my 60 years of living here on this earth. When you look at him, explosive. When you look at him, always trying to get better. When you look at him, he's always mentally prepared. And you can tell how good he is and how great he want to be. Is that every year, look how he works in the off season. Man, he is a special football player. And when you look at the Rams, you think about LA from a defensive standpoint with this organization, the names are always brought up with the fearsome foursome. Deacon Jones, Lamar Lundy, Rosie Greer, Marilyn Olsen. But now when I talk about it to people that's fans of the Rams, all they can say is, my man out of Pittsburgh, Aaron Donald, it's no question, the best D lineman that man ever played the game, and maybe the best overall defensive player in the game. Then I'm going to tell you this. I just mentioned Michael Brockers. Don't worry about the D-line. Ashar Robinson, I think it's going to be healthy this year. Roll Tide. He's a player. Oh, man. They drafted this guy. Remember this name. Had one of the best bodies on the defensive side of the ball out of Texas A&M. Bobby Brown III. I'm not talking about the entertainer. Go look at this kid and his physique. The black corn-eyed barbarian. A guy that really came on the end of this year in his junior year. 6'6", about 320 and ripped. 4th round pick. He's going to be one of the most underrated draft picks to come in the game. Think about that. Him playing beside Aaron Donald. It's going to be Hollywood on that defensive line with the LA Rams. Then at the linebacker position. Well, I'm talking about a lot of Georgia players today. Kirby Smart. That's why people saying you need to win the national championship, my man. Leonard Floyd. A lot of people saying he was underachieving out there in Chicago. Signed with the Rams. What did he do last year? Became a complete football player. Ascended. 10.5 sacks. But this is what I came impressed with the former dog. 55 combined tackles. 11 tackles for loss, and he got paid. He's a player. Then coming in, who I expect is going to get on the field, Ernest Jones, South Georgia kid, South Carolina, tackling machine, 199 tackles last year with that South Carolina defense under former head coach Will Muschamp. Out of Waycross, this kid is a player, true warrior. Oh man, he's going to be Hollywood Warriors. Warrior, come out to play. Now I'm going to talk about the secondary. I'm going to start with the young man out of Florida State. 6'1", 208 pounds. That's what's impressive. Last year, 9 passes defensed, 44 combined tackles. People wouldn't even want to throw to him. Out of the 615, Nashville, Tennessee. Man, he's ascending to being one of the best corners that play the game. He's out of Florida State, and he is ascending in that same realm. J.T. Thomas, Bobby Butler, Leroy Butler, Terrell Buckley, and I'm not saying this, but if he keep putting up the years, we're going to start talking about him in the same breath as Dion. And what's so impressive about Jalen Ramsey? He's a big corner, man. 6'1", 208, that got Olympic speed. Mike Haynes, Jerry Holmes, Bobby Taylor. Guys that's got size and can run. And he can lock down this best side of the field. Oh, my God. And then his partner, Darius Williams, undrafted free agent out of UAB. UAB in Birmingham is that player at 5'9", 175. 4 INTs last year, interception return in the playoff game against Seattle. Don't worry about the Rams. I know y'all lost both of y'all safeties, John Johnson and Troy Hill. That's all right. But that secondary, it's going to be all right. Tyler Rapp, it's going to be a player coming out of the University of Washington. So the safety position is going to be all right. But I'm going to tell you, what's going to really set this secondary off, which is already on fire, is this right here. Remember this name, Robert Rochelle, Central Arkansas. Not the basketball school that produced Scottie Pippen. This guy is going to be very real and special with Jalen Ramsey and Darius Williams. Oh, man. Great report. Track speed, A+. Good length, A+. Ball skills, A+. Production, A+. 104 tackles, 10 INTs. Don't worry about Raheem Morris. The Rams are going to be Hollywood on defense. So when I think about the LA Rams, it's very simple. Read between the tea leaves. They want to be the second team to play in their home stadium in LA in Super Bowl 2022. And Sean McVay has put all his marbles, all his money, everything in the bag with Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford, we all know, you've been saying you was not with a good organization. You had a great 12-year career with the Lions. But it's no doubt you come into a situation that you got better players on both sides of the ball. You got star quality. And you got what I call Hollywood, because that's what's LA about. The Lakers, Magic, Kobe, LeBron, Hollywood, the Dodgers, Crenshaw, Turner, Koufax, Hollywood. It's time for the Rams to come back to Hollywood, baby. Can they come back? Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Erie Dickinson. I'm going to say his name again. It's time for the Rams and Matthew Stafford. You stepped into a real serious situation where now you got everything to be special with a football team. And the NFC West is going to be tough. But this football team here, if Matthew Stafford plays well, they can be a team that can be playing in their home stadium in 2022. So, my final words. When I think about LA, I think about the Great Group War. All my friends know the lowrider. The low rider is a little higher. Take a little trip. Matthew Stafford, it's your time to take a little trip if you want to win a Super Bowl. If you like the video today, please come in and share it. Before I end the day, I want to give much love to my producer who's making it happen this morning. Out of Douglasville, Georgia, by way of Alexander High School, graduate of West Georgia, the youngest member of 100 Yards of Football, Mr. Logan Landers. Y'all enjoy the rest of the week. I'm Vincent Turner with 100 Yards of Football.